Welcome to the Hall of Things Cursed and Haunted. And I will be taking you on a tour through some cursed and haunted exhibits. Oh, there goes that darn creeper noise. And telling you the stories behind them, and they are as true as I am surely standing here right in front of you. So here is our first exhibit. This is the exhibit of, let me get out of, there we go. So I am standing on the drum, the famous drum. This be the story of the drummer of Cortachi Castle. The story is that the drummer of the Ogilvy clan, this is many years ago, was sympathizing with their enemies, and he did not drum the warning sign when the enemy showed up and they attacked the castle of the Ogilvy clan. And so one of the clan members found the drummer and stuffed him inside his drum and threw him off the top of the tower, the castle tower, to his death. There's his brains, his little pumpkin head splattered on the ground and his blood oozing out. And there's his drum that he has been stuffed into, and now he haunts the castle. And you can hear him in the middle of the night drumming away, warning the Ogilvy clan of impending attack. That is the story of the haunting of the Cortachi Castle. Our next exhibit is, this is the Curse of Tippecanoe. And this story has to do with, let's see, my notes. In 1840, William Henry Harrison was running for president, and his slogan was, he had served, the story is that he had served in the Battle of Tippecanoe, which I think it was in Illinois area, in 1811. So he used his slogan because, as they do sometimes back then, and when there was a war, they'd make a song about, something. And so they had a song called Tippecanoe and Tyler too. So he used that as his slogan. So that was in 1840, and he got elected. And then he died the next year of natural causes. And ever since then, presidents who have been elected on years that end in zero, like 1840, so like, I guess what would that be? In zero, have either been assassinated or had an attempt on their life or died of natural causes during their term of presidency. So I have a list here if you don't believe me, and just go ahead and tell me if you think this isn't strange. So we have Abraham Lincoln in 1860 was shot. He was assassinated. President Garfield in 1880 was shot and killed. In 1900, President McKinley was shot. In 1920, President Harding, well, they weren't shot that year, they were elected that year. Let me clear that up. They were shot and killed during their presidency. That's what the curse is. Okay, so 1920 was President Harding. He died of natural causes. In 1940, President Roosevelt died of natural causes during his term. In 1960, JFK, President Kennedy, was shot and assassinated during his term. In 1980, President Reagan, there was a assassination attempt which was not successful, and there have not been any other deaths, at least not recorded in this particular article that I found this in, since then. So the curse, I guess, was broken when they tried to shoot President Reagan and they failed. So that is the curse of Tippecanoe. And then our next haunting is the Tulip Staircase. Now the Tulip Staircase, it's called that because the wrought iron bars on the side look like they're sculpted to look like tulips growing up the side there all along the staircase. So, and the story is, this is the Tulip Staircase, which is located in, let's see, the Queen's House at the Naval College in London, and it's haunted. They say that there's a hooded figure can be seen climbing the stairs at night sometimes. So there's our there's our spooky figure climbing the stairs. Our next exhibit is the Spoon Maker's Diamond. Now this is an 86-carat diamond, and the story is that a fisherman found this diamond in the sand along a riverbank. He takes it to a merchant. This was like, I don't know how long, I forgot to write the year down that this is supposed to have happened. Takes it to the merchant, who of course tells him it's only worth very little, and gives him, I think, 3 silver spoons in exchange for this 86-carat diamond. And when the fisherman found out that he had been swindled, he cursed the the merchant. And I don't know, they didn't say what the curse was or what was supposed to happen to the guy, but I'm sure maybe the IRS got a hold of him, I don't know. Our next haunting is going to be the Lady in White. Now this story comes from Quezon City in the Philippines, and the story is the Lady in White. There's a lady in white who's a ghost who haunts a specific road. I think it's Balete Drive, and they say if you drive down that road in the middle of the night, be sure you have a car full of people, because she walks down the middle of the road, and then if your car passes through her, she hitches a ride in your back seat. And so it's like, if you don't have people in your back seat, you look in your rearview mirror, she might be peering back at you from the back seat. And our last curse is in the Nether. So we have to go in the Nether to see the last curse. And this is the curse of... let's follow our pathways. Well, before I tell you that curse, here's the curse of Base Race. The evil Ed Casehead watching us. So, if we follow this pathway here, we will learn of the curse of... Who is this one? Oh, the cursed tomb of Temur. Or Timur. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And this is a story, or this curse is about the tomb of Temur, who was... Let me get up here. Okay. The tomb of Temur. You can see his fortress back there. So the story is that Temur was the great Khan in 1369, and Genghis Khan was his he was the great-grandson of Genghis Khan. Okay, so during his reign, he did a campaign to conquer the land from Persia to southern Russia. And he was a terrible, terrible, conquering of all these lands, lots of slaughter, the Khans. And so he died in 1405. So his tomb had an inscription on it that said, "When I arise from the grave, the world will tremble." So in 1941, Stalin had Timur's grave site excavated by archaeologists. I think at that time, I guess the Germans or something were doing excavation somewhere, and he was trying to say, hey, I got a good excavation too. So they excavate this the grave site, the tomb, and take his skull, I think was the first thing they took. And the day that they did that, it says on June 21st the skull was removed. That was in 1941. And on June 22nd Hitler launched the Operation Barbarossa, which was the most brutal invasion of World War II. And the story or the curse goes that I think that when they finally put his head back in the tomb, it was like the same day that World War II ended. Is my carpet on fire again? I am having the hardest time with this. With this carpet. There we go. It just keeps getting caught on fire. So yes, so there's his head that they finally brought back, which ended World War II. And that is the end of our tour of the Hall of Things Cursed and Haunted. I hope y'all enjoyed the stories. I had fun looking it all up, and I will see you later. Bye.